Hey guys, Cole here. Welcome back to another Racial Legends video. We've got a guaranteed champion event that we didn't know of because Plarium decided, oh, let's just give them a guaranteed Cadrophone, right? Cadrophone is one of the best nukers in the game in the defensive position, right? The reason that I'm saying this is because of his passive. I'll showcase Cadrophone, of course. I'm just gonna go over his skills a little bit. I do have Cadrophone. I think I've got a +1 on him. So damage increased by 40% while attacking under Veil or Perfect Veil buff. This is why Cadrophone becomes so good to have alongside champions such as a Duchess to give him the Veil or Perfect Veil buff that he needs for the damage boost, but also the damage received is reduced by 40% plus what the Veil provides to you, right? The Veil provides you a 7.5% damage reduction. Perfect Veil provides you a 15% if I remember correctly, and also this boosts the champion's turn meter by 15% each time the champion receives damage under a Veil or Perfect Veil. Also, by the way, you receive a Perfect Veil buff each time an enemy's turn meter is filled. So this works very well against teams that go first before you because you gain that Perfect Veil before anything else. Very strong champion. This A3 skill is not the best, to be honest, in terms of AI. Most of the times we actually disable this because this just gives you a ton of buffs, but it actually forces you to lose your turn, all right, and not do any damage. So it's better to disable this and use your A2, which is a very strong skill, which also grants you an extra turn if you manage to kill an enemy. And it also resets the cooldown of On the Hunt, which is this one. So for prolonged fights you can use this, but honestly on most situations we disable this. And then his A1 does like a double hit if the target is under any buff. So very strong champion. I'll showcase him in just a bit, but I've got to do some summons to get those. How many points do I need? I need like 2,200 to get the fusion going. I will not be buying any shards or anything, so let's do boom a quick 10 pull. Did we get anything? No, it seems not. And then I'm at 200 points now. I could have done my mystery shards, but that takes ages and I don't want to do all that, so I'm gonna do some sacred shards that I got from my clan boss runs. So let's do Lua, let's do a Mausoleum Mage. I thought it was, that's the name of the other guy. Another epic here, 4 epics so far, and then no, 3 epics so far, and then the 4th, another epic. Wow, amazing. We got a Husk though. Husk, I've got enough of them, so I'm not really worried about that. So either way, there is a targeted boost going on at this moment. I could have got any of these two that I still need. Apparently it doesn't work. The summons don't work, so let me do this final ancient, and that's it in terms of summons for today. Let's go have a look at Cadrophone and his actual skills. Right, so let's have a look at Cadrophone against one of the speed teams right here. So this one will be like a proper speed team with Arbiter there in the lead. Even has Valkyrie to steal your turn meter. So instead of going with this team, I'll use the other team that I have with Duchess, Cadrophone. This is a very defensive team, but let's say you don't even have Duchess and the other two legendaries, you just have Cadrophone. Well, let's just leave Duchess for the time being, which is a very strong showcase, and let's just put you know, Vogoth. All right, Vogoth, amazing defensive champion. Other amazing defensive champions would be something that would give you like a shield, either like, let's say you've got a Krisk, that's amazing, but if you got epics, then just give them a shield set that's going to protect your team a little bit at the start of the fight. But I'm seeing a Madame series there, so that's gonna suck. Let me put in double Vogoth, all right, and you'll see how tanky my team is gonna be, and we'll see this in action. Remember, I have no custom AI for this one, but what we want to see is Cadrophone in action, and then I'll show you what kind of gear I have on him. So even with the defense down, we managed to take a turn. These are not speed tuned enemies. Look at that counter attack, 46k plus some more. And we'll try Vogoth here. Let's see, we're getting lots of health back when the Vogoth gets attacked, by the way. Look at that, fully healed. And then we'll do the AoE with Cadrophone. He's got the increased attack, by the way, because he gained it from Duchess. But the Veil also, he could have gained it because of the buff at the start. If he didn't even have Duchess, then I would still be able to do this. Look at that big burst there. Because of the shield from Valkyrie, we couldn't take them out completely. And we're getting attacked. And basically after this, we just clear them out. We put this on auto, and this is like a pretty strong defensive team by itself, just because of Cadrophone. Other champions that you can use in terms of epics are Sandlash Survivor, very strong epic used in defensive. Godseeker Neri provides a very strong revive with the resets plus the revive on death that she has. And here this remind you guys that this would have been a defensive team, not an offensive team. That's why it's slower. You don't care if your defensive teams are slower than your offensive team. What you care about is them actually surviving, which is why I want to show you the gear on Cadrophone right now, which is not Savage gear. You can build it with Savage gear, especially against teams like this. So let's have a look at the Arbiter team with Ninja. I don't know why Ninja, but Cadrophone now is not weak against stuff like Mountain King, so that's very good for us. He's strong also against stuff like Ninja, and also boom, let's do 8-2. Look at that. Look at that burst with the shields, by the way. We got the extra turn, just clear them out. It just shows the power of Cadrophone. In my eyes, he's worth the 150 if you have them. If you don't have anywhere close, it's kind of really not worth it, in my opinion, to just buy all that, unless you really need a champion that can be placed both on offensive teams and defensive teams. All right, he's mostly used in defensive teams though, never so much on offensive teams, unless you want to go with a specific plan, and that specific plan would be to kill stuff like a warlord, where you expect to get your cooldowns increased. And in that sense, it's a go second team again. You'll go in there with the defensive team that knows, okay, I'll need to survive whatever the enemy team has with the warlord. Okay, so here we did get the kill, so I'm gonna try and get it again. Because of that nasty Godseeker and E. Look at that. Boom, boom. We're killed there, but we should be fine with everything else. And then let's just do this big AoE. The unkillable. So nasty. Now we actually use on the hunt. So that fully goes for our defensive champions there. And boom, take him out. Those whip parries are so annoying. Let me show you guys my Cadrophone's gear just to get an idea of what you need to equip him if you ever want to try him out. So Savage Set is one option, but it doesn't help in terms of being on the defense, right? And he will be bursting down enemies, but it doesn't help when being on the defense. What I have on him instead is a crit damage set and a swift parry set. This becomes very annoying on defense. And 96%, 293 crit damage. I need to change this to 100%. The speed is quite low. I would have gone for 180 speed, especially on defense. You don't want to be too slow because the enemies will be taking many more turns than you. Remember, like if somebody's at 340, they're gonna be doing 2 times plus on you if you're so slow. So I need to change these stats, but 100% crit, as much critical damage as possible, and high attack is what you need. The defensive stats also count, so it's not just swift parry. If you don't have a swift parry set, you can actually go for stuff like a stalwart set. I did use stalwart set in the past before. It works very well. He is with Duchess, because Duchess also provides that big protection plus the stalwart, but the stalwart set has to be very, very strong, right? Let me see if I have any stalwart sets. So let's say you're gonna use attack percentage boots. Let's see which ones I had before, or speed boots, and then attack percentage chest if you have it. If not, it's gonna be very difficult for you to get the damage out of this champion. I must have it on somebody else. And if you don't have that, try and go for even stuff like avenging set, retaliation set. Those can be good in terms of the counterattacks that Cadrophone can do, because he's got a very high damage A1 skill. The masteries that I use on him are defensive masteries. You want to get those counterattacks. You want retribution. You want to have deterrence. These help a ton when the enemy gets a turn and they fear you, they stun you, they do anything against you. This helps a ton with the counterattacks. And in terms of the offense route, you can go for Life Drinker instead of the extra damage here, or the Cycle of Violence. Life Drinker is going to help you recover a little bit of health if you think that you're going very low after the hits. If your go second team is not as good as you thought at the start, then you can go for that. And of course, Helm Smasher helps with those high defense enemies. And if you're running a non-buff removal or defense down champion, then Helm Smasher is 100% more preferred than this skill right here, Flawless Execution. So this was the showcase, guys. Tell me in the comments below if you did go for Cadrophone. If you are going for him, did you save for the shards or did you buy them? Thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.